Is a little recording so that I can help you understand what it is that you need to do for your homework. Now on Edmodo, if you need to see what assignments are due, if you click on your filter, it takes you to assignments. And as you can see, you have to do the Octopus's Garden report. All the instructions are here, and it's due on the 31st of March, which is the day before we come back. So you've got plenty of time to put a lot of effort into this and really show off what you have learned in the Octopus's Garden. 3 of you think you've turned this in, but you haven't. So please make sure that you follow the instructions really carefully. So you need to click on the report writing workshop, which will take you to Sophia, which is where the video was. You might need to make an account, but that's okay because it's free. Use your school email address. Now, this is part 2 of the workshop on report writing. So our objective is to be able to write a clearly organised report. And you'll be able to do this in lots of subjects. This is a really good skill to learn. You'll have to do this in science and in humanities. So really focus on how a report is structured so that you have this skill to use, not just in English, but across the whole school. Now your success criteria are grouping and sequencing ideas, organising information, using subheadings, citing sources, and using the writing frame. So you're talking about the Octopus's Garden and everything you researched and learned. And you're going to use the assessment criteria or the rubric that we developed so that you're successful. So I've divided it into steps. In step 1 takes you back to the video. So if we have a look, this takes you back to the video that was the first part of the tutorial. So if we have a look, that was the video and the quiz that you did. So if you need to review this, do that. That's why I make these videos, so that you can keep looking back. Step 2 is I've given you an example of a report that a learner has written. It's on a different subject, but that doesn't matter. You're looking at the structure. So I want you to open the example, and then I want you to be able to label all of these different things so that you know what a report looks like and you know what to include. So if we have a look at the example is about colour and whether it affects our mood, which is tied into the Octopus's Garden. So if you have a look at the example, you can see here's the research question, here are the subheadings, here are the paragraphs, here are the illustrations. So you just need to label everything. Then you'll know what you need to do in your report. Okay. Next thing is you need to look at the topic sentences and summary sentences so that you know that you're organising your paragraphs. And there is examples in the learner version. Then you're going to have a look at an example of the plan that this learner wrote before they actually wrote it up as a report. So you can have a look and see there's boxes here for each part of their essay. So each of these research items becomes a paragraph. So you'll have a look at this and have a look at the essay and see how they use their plan to write the essay. Because this is what you're going to do. You're going to write a plan and then use your plan to write your essay report. Okay, so step 4 is you make your own plan. So I've given you a blank one. Make sure you make a copy. Don't write on this one because then nobody else will. So this is a blank one and it's exactly the same, and again these link to the slides from the video, so if you need to go back, go back. So this is about the Octopus's Garden. So our research question was, what is a 21st century classroom? So that's what you're trying to answer in your report, and you're going to show off everything you learned. Now in the examples you don't have to just do about walls. If you were in the walls group, you could do about the floors, you could do about the ceilings. So you need to write about 5 different things. So you need to think about 5, the most exciting things that you think that you found out. So you might have 1 from each area, or you might have 2 from floors, 2 from ceilings, 1 from other stuff. It's completely up to you. And if you want to include more than 5, then of course you can. But your minimum is 5 different areas of research. So once you've done your plan, step 5 is you use the writing frame. You don't have to use this if you don't want to. If you feel you're ready and you've learnt enough about report writing, then go ahead and write your own. But this just make sure you stick to the right structure. So it makes sure you have your research question, and I've given you some sentence starters. You've got your research and analysis subheadings, and it's got the way, including your author and your sources. So it's helping you to structure your report with your conclusion and with your references. These are important parts of a report. So use your plan and use the frame. Once you've got your frame completed, step 6 is you use that to write your first draft. There's the rubric to make sure that you can be successful. So really read that to make sure you're including everything. Once you've got and you're happy with your final version and it's got all of these things, then you can post it on your blog and then click onto Edmodo, click turn in and paste the URL of your blog post showing me what you've learned in the Octopus's garden.